welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is your favorite show, Daily Calls, a show that answers all your stock-related queries on this program. In case you're here for the first time, well, the WhatsApp number is flashing on your screens. This is where you can send me all the queries that you have regarding the stocks in your portfolio or onto your watch list as well. Now, don't forget to mention your own name, location and your contact details when you send us your queries so that we can also give you a chance to speak live to our top market experts to take a custom-made advice for yourself on the show as well. Let me also help you understand how do you alternatively send us your questions. That's via YouTube in case you are joining in on this program, watching us on our YouTube channel Business Today. Go on to the Daily Calls live section, go to the comment section there and then send me your questions. I'll be happy to take all of that with our top guests. Let me quickly look at the markets now. We are at the near day's high point. You can see 25,311 right now on the Nifty. So we built up on some of the morning gains that we had marked out up until the half time of trade. Let's find out whether this momentum can sustain through the course of the day as well. Now remember, this is the sandwich day between two expiries, NSE contracts yesterday and of course the BSE contracts tomorrow. But let's see whether we will have a continued uptick and the momentum that we are seeing at least at this point in time. Let me also quickly help you understand what's happening across the board on the markets right now. Let me also look at the Nifty Bank, the broader markets, mid and the small caps to help you understand how the sentiment is even below the surface. 0.5% uptick for the Nifty Bank. So it's the banks that were yesterday's laggards that are again seeing some pickup happen. The mid and the small caps that had also lost quite a bit of ground yesterday are in fact even outperforming the benchmark indices with gains coming in over 1% for the mid caps today. Now, of course, we will focus on a lot of stocks and news as well, and of course, we'll be taking all your questions too. Let's welcome our guest on board, Akshay Bhagwat, Senior Vice President, Derivatives Research at JN Financial, is now joining in to share with us his views on the markets. Akshay, warm welcome. Good afternoon to you and season's greetings for the upcoming Diwali festivities to you and to all your loved ones and your team members as well. Help me understand with your fresh take on the markets after 2 to 3 sessions of a muted trade. Today, some momentum is gathering pace. How are you looking at it?
Good afternoon, Sakshi. And first of all, season's greetings to you, the team at Business Today, and all the
Thank
viewers.
you.
Uh, on the market view, see, things have been a bit choppy around 25,300. Markets have been pivoting a bit 100 plus minus from those levels. But what I understand, looking at the broader trend, which has kicked off since the beginning of the month of October, we are gearing up momentum. The strength is regaining its pace. All the negatives which was kind of scaring the market since last 3 months, primarily on the global trade war scenario, those effects are slowly dying down, and we are in a situation where the Nifty is trying to get past the levels of 25,500. That's what the technical evidence have to suggest. So I am optimistic. I'm of the view that 25,500 or 25,600, which we saw somewhere way back in the month of July, should be tested or overcome in the very short span of time.
Okay, Akshay, right at the outset, would you also want to give our viewers your top Diwali stock ideas that a lot of our viewers who are joining in new can also pen it down in case they are also looking to add some new stocks in this Diwali into their portfolios?
Yeah, so yes, definitely, I would recommend a couple of stocks. They are more from a medium-term perspective, not with a longer term, because they are more based on the technical price readings. The first one I would like to say here is Interglobe Aviation, which is Indigo Airlines. 5836 is the current market price of the stock. The technical trend is pretty healthy. The stock has been in a range since the last 3 to 4 weeks, but as I understand today, the momentum or the pace on the technical price charts is picking up. It is staging a breakout of this range, and in all likelihood, the stock should head for its swing highs of 6,200 and try to still further move once that swing high is taken off. So buy Indigo. Targets should be roughly around 6,400 plus, and the stop loss in case of a risk management you want to keep it should be below 54.50. One more trade I would like to mention here is Larsen and Toubro. It is one of the heavyweights from the index. Today we have a very strong breakout on the daily charts at the levels of 3,800, and positionally the way the stock is setting up I think the all-time high levels of 39.15, which we saw way back somewhere in 2024, should be taken off eventually, and the stock should be moving for targets of 4,200 on a slightly medium term. That is probably 6 to 9 months perspective. So Larsen and Toubro is the other recommendation you can look forward to. You can maintain a stop loss below 3,400 in case you need a risk management level in place when you take the trade.
Okay, got that. I hope all our viewers have taken down these Diwali stock ideas so that you can definitely speak to your own financial advisor about and look at whether these stocks also fit in into your overall portfolio at large too. Let's start taking your questions now. A lot of our viewers are joining in on our YouTube and on our WhatsApp also. We are getting a number of queries. We'll start off with the WhatsApp queries first today. The question that we've got first for you, Akshay, is from Bangalore. This is Basavraj, who says, I have bought Avas Financiers in my portfolio priced at 1771, but I incurred a loss as well onto this stock. So how should I recover my loss? Should I stay put here or should I exit and switch my position? How would you advise on Avas Financiers at this point? The stock is at 1592.
See, the technical price evidence makes me believe that still the worst is not over and the stock continues to be in a downtrend. Now, one of the key developments on the longer term charts was the breach of the levels of 1700, and multiple attempts to again pick up steam above 1700 lately have faltered. The stock is again down and probably is mostly heading for levels of 1400. So the best way out here is to take an exit at the current market price because it doesn't look promising enough, and might as well look forward for a banking or a financial stock which might give you better returns compared to Aavas Financiers. So I think if a choice has to be made, you can look forward for stocks like a Bank of Baroda or Punjab National Bank or State Bank of India from the PSU space. In financial services companies, you can look at Shriram Finance, which has a strong technical setup. So these are some of the names you can kind of think to switch over from Aavas Finance.
Okay, got that. I hope you've also got the alternatives right for you there. Let me also take another question that we have again from our viewers that we are getting. We have a lot of questions that are also coming in on our YouTube as well, but we'll take this next question. This one is from Venki from Hyderabad. He says, Happy Diwali to everybody. Thank you so much, Venki, for your wishes. I wish you the same as well. Wants to know about two stocks, Swan Energy and Wari Renewables Technology, and wants to know whether it's a good time to start accumulating these two stocks for a 2-year time frame. Now, Wari Renewables Energy specifically has been a recent run-up stock right after the earnings that we saw, and Swan Energy also periodically has been in focus over the last 6-8 months odd. Any suggestion on both these stocks? Today, however, Wari is given back some of those last few days of a move, 5.7% down today at 1185. Your suggestion, Akshay?
Yes. Uh, so if you look at first of all the stock of Vari Energy. So Vari Energy, yes, for intraday there is some bit of weakness which is apparent on the price charts, and positionally also, it's more of a stock which as of now looks to be probably in a neutral setup. Um, uh, I think, but if you give this time probably over 1 year plus of an investment horizon, then you will do justice. So for trading, really, it's more neutral. There is a resistance at 3750, but longer term, 1 year plus, I think this major resistance price band of 3800, which has been holding since its listing, should be taken off, and you can further look for strong targets. There's a very strong support at 3000 until the level of 3000 holds. I would be positive on Vari Energies from a long term perspective. Moving on to Swan Energy, which is the other company. If you can just name this one, if I'm just missing this out. Swan Energy is the other company.
Correct. You've pointed out the right stock. That's the question. And again, the question is currently the stock is at 434. You will be able to find it by the name Swan
Yes.
Corp
Yes.
on
Yes.
NSE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think here there is a slight problem if you were to go by the technical readings, because it's been long that the stock has been range bound. Any momentum catch up is not holding on to gains, and there is a very strong resistance which is apparent on longer term price charts at 498 500 odd zone. So my suggestion is take an exit in Swan Energy. Really, as of now, there is no technical evidence for any long term reversals as well. Wari is a hold, Swan Energy is an exit.
Okay, got that. I hope this has also truly helped you out there in understanding the right strategy for yourself. Let me also pull up the next query that we have. This one is from Momita from Kolkata, again one of our regular viewers. She says, "Hi Sakshi, how are you? I'm very well, Momita. I hope the same for you. Season's greetings for Diwali to you as well." The question is on two stocks again, Akshay. Ask Automotive, bought at 575 earlier. What is the outlook on this one? The second question that she has is on Devyani International. Again, she's bought this at 179. These stocks, she says, were actually for a short-term view that she had got in her portfolio, but have actually given losses in the near term. So she has been consistently holding on despite the near term move as well. How are you looking at both these stocks? Do you think changing the outlook from short to medium term or long term will help actually in recovering some losses?
Yeah. One thing to always advise most of the investors or traders is you need to define your time horizon when you take up a trade. Because in my journey, I have seen many intraday traders who have turned into long-term investors just because they got one trade wrong, and they thought eventually things will be set right in short term. But that's not the case with the market. Sometimes markets can really be hard on you if you make the wrong choice of the stock, and really time will not be with you. So if you took the stock on a short term basis, and really switching from short to long term is not working for you, I think that's not the right approach. Because if not working for short term, immediately the idea is to cut the losses, since the original thought was for short term, and move on with some different stock with the different time horizon which you think of. First of all, Ask Automotive is in a negative technical setup, and I think price wise right now 460 is where you might see some bit of recovery in case the stock gets there. So overall, I think the stock has a negative setup, and eventually from long term too, I see no evidence on the price chart that this will do well going ahead. So clearly, it's an exit for me. Better if you get it around 500, but the view is for exit in Ask Automotive.
Okay, got that. I hope this has helped you out. Let's take the next question. This one is from Moria from Bengaluru now. He wants to know from you on outlook for the October series on telecom major Bharti Airtel. Only for the October series. What's your suggestion here? Do you think this stock may have some upside to leave at this point in time?
So look, Bharti Airtel has been in a very strong technical uptrend. There have been some phases in between where the stock, by nature of the way it moves, takes a break. The break lasts for a couple of months before it resumes its next leg of journey. So you saw such breaks happening for 5 months, somewhere from January, I think from November 2024, for the next 3 to 4 months. A similar kind of a technical, you can say, a price consolidation, or a point where it goes into a break is seen in the last 3 4 months. But eventually, the broader trend is still positive. There are no signs of any reversals as yet. There is a strong support base which is building around 1850. So in all likelihood, I think you should continue to hold the stock. The stock should be making new life high soon.
Okay, fair point. Let me now take another view that we have. This one is from Ankur Modi. The question that we have, this one is on Varun Beverages and on Geofinance, completely two different sectors and stocks that he wants to know on, and wants to know whether I can average at the current levels for the long term. Well, Ankur, it would have helped our guest if you would have given your own purchase levels as well, to give you a better idea as to whether averaging at the current levels will make sense for you. But let's take an overall view right now on Varun Beverages, which has been missing in action for some time now, and Geofinance has also been in a very narrow band of a range for a long time now. What's your suggestion on both these stocks, Akshay?
See, longer term, first of all, both the stocks are in an excellent uptrend. The view is positive, and you need to be a buyer. Now, using the price charts, it's about timing when to get the right price so that you ride the best of the trend. Now, there is a strong technical price evidence at 425 levels in Varun beverages. This was the point exactly 5 6 months back from where the stock recovered all the way till 530. So, this is a good level to buy. If it even breaks this support, all hell doesn't break loose. Again, maybe 400, 390 is the point where it eventually forms a support. But this is a good level to average if you are a long-term investor in Varun beverages. The price trend on a longer term is still positive. It may take some time to recover, but continue to be invested is the recommendation. Moving on to Geo Financial, the similar price setup, strong positive view. It is trying to recover its lost ground, and somewhere 280, 290 is the longer term price support, which is currently suggested by the price charts. Eventually, the stock should be heading again for its life highs of around 380, 390, and maybe further on. So, be invested in this stock as well. You can average it at the current levels from an investment perspective because the long term view is positive in Geo Financial as well.
Fair point. I hope this has helped you out on both the stocks that you've asked. Let's take the next question that we have on our YouTube again. This is Avnish Chaudhary says, Good afternoon, sir. I want to know from you on Irida. पिछले एक क्वार्टर से इरिडा के रिजल्ट्स बेटर आ रहे हैं 193 पर मैंने लिया हुआ है लेकिन स्टॉक में उस तरीके का परफॉर्मेंस नहीं नज़र आया है कब तक इस स्टॉक में तेज़ी आ पाएगी
See, IRIDA, the renewable energy development companies, these are all, they have a pattern when they move. Majority of the time, they spend in a range, or in a neutral setup, and when they pick up, they really pick up hard. What my understanding is, long term is stronger on the price charts. It is just that the last 7 8 months have been offbeat. There is a very strong technical support base at 135 140. That's exactly the point where you saw a recovery in the stock since the last couple of months. And I think this is a good point in case you consider averaging it from a long term perspective. Technical targets right now, I'll keep it more conservative. 200 and 220 are the two targets I'm working with in IRIDA. So you can average, keep a stop loss at 135 for worst case scenarios, and look forward for rallies till 200 to 220 from an year's perspective.
Okay, fair point. Let me take another question that we have then from again one of our viewers on our WhatsApp then. Chandani from Prayagraj writes in and says, I have bought Jindal Saw at 215. I want to know whether this is the right time and the right price to start averaging also on my position. Any suggestion on Jindal Saw bought at 215?
Jindal saw, look, 215 is almost, I think you are slightly 15 rupees down from where you bought. And honestly, on a technical price chart, there is a good support base around 180 to 200 zones. So I feel the downside from the current levels may be capped. Do not see much of a downside here. The stock has been in the downtrend in the last 8 10 months, but I think it's time that the stock recovers from here. So, looking forward for a recovery, and this trading pullback can see the stock heading till 280. So, I would right now keep more conservative targets because we are looking at a recovery rally post a downtrend. So, 280 is the target which you can look forward to. Keep a stop loss at 160 for worst case scenarios, and continue to hold a stock or average in case you're open to it.
Okay, got that. Let me also take another view from you on one question that we have again from one of our viewers. This is okay. This is an IPO related question. We'd like to avoid that since our guest is technical right now. Maybe when we have some fundamental guests, we can take this. But we also have a question coming in on AG's Logistics from Ravi from Delhi. He says, I have 200 shares bought at 870 on AG's Logistics. Any short term view that you could suggest on this one?
See, AG's logistic, the way the prices are trading, it's choppy, and really picking out a direction in a choppy range bound stock becomes very difficult because if you work with small stop losses, there is a good chance that the trade may get you off for the time being, and again you might see the stock recovering back above your price. So the zone which I understand looking slightly at longer term price charts, that's monthly, is 650. That's your very strong support zone, and resistance somewhere is around the 900 to 950 zone. This has been in this range since I think since last 8 10 months or over. This range has been pretty evident, but the longer term charts are still strong. So this is a phase where we call it more of a technical consolidation phase and more of an accumulation phase, and things might be better or an upside breakout may be in the making from a longer term perspective. So do not look at the stock from a trading or a short term perspective. You may get stopped a lot number of times. Hold the stock, average it out in the range I mentioned, and look forward for longer term targets of 1150, 1150 to 1200. This may take some more time considering the range bound nature, but eventually my view is positive, and I'm looking at a positive breakout above the resistance I mentioned.
Okay, let's take another question. This one is from Sunita Rao. Sunita says, I have 50,000 rupees to invest and I want to pick any mid or small cap stock with a 1 to 2 year time horizon. Any stock that you can recommend from the mid and small caps, Akshay, for the next 1 to 2 years time frame where a lump sum 50,000 rupee fund can go into?
For a mid or small cap stock, you can look at an Ashok Leyland. First of all, after the split, the stock really has got to half its price, around 135. And I think from a longer term or an investment horizon, I think this auto stock is one where the trend is extremely strong, and one of the good safe names because it has its presence in futures and options too. So be invested in this stock. 100 is the support zone, roughly 125, 140 is the range where you accumulated, and longer term you can look forward for targets near 175 to 200.
Okay, got that. So that's Ashok Leyland for you. Let's also look at some of the other stocks and the queries that are coming in from our viewers. Okay, we have Rishikesh asking, hi Sakshi, can I hold Ircon International into my portfolio? Should I also look at average or completely exit this stock? My price is 267 at which I bought Ircon International. Again, the railway space has been missing in action, but any suggestion for somebody who may want to hold it for long term, can one continue to do, or even averaging can be advised here?
See, absolutely. Railway, defense, these are some thematic names where people have a tendency to buy when the momentum catches on fast. We spoke about this a few minutes back, and really, when the momentum slows down, it takes ages for the momentum to catch up because they are more of these PSU or government stocks, and it takes time for them to move. I think longer term is the apt word for Ircon International. Short term, I do not see any major changes happening in terms of price movement or change in the price structure. 140 is the support. It will be in a range for few more months, 140 to 225. But from a longer term investment horizon, continue to be invested in this stock.
Okay, let me take another question that we have then. We have this query also coming in from one of our viewers, that's Vishnu Prakash. Ravi Kumar says, I have 450 shares at 144 of Vishnu Prakash in my portfolio. I want to know, should I hold or exit my position at the current price as well? Let me just pull up the share price of this one, 91.29 on the screens right there in front of you. Any suggestion on this one, Akshay?
So clearly, the technical evidence suggests the stock is in a downtrend. It is weak, and in fact, if you see the extent of selling which the stock has gone through, it's been a one-way fall from 320 to 91 where we trade. So really, there is no kind of a silver lining where you might say that it's highly oversold, because these are just hopes on which we live it. Maybe there is a bounce back on highly oversold parameters, but that's not the case here. I would suggest it's better to take an exit from this stock. Do not wait for that slight bounce back or relief to get just that better price. It's an exit for me.
Okay, got that. Let me also take another question, and this one is from one of our viewers. That's Aarti Jain. She says, I want to know about Engineers India, sir. I have this stock at 201. What can be the target for Engineers India over the next 1 month? What would you advise here?
Engineers India, see, you're looking at a time horizon of a month. So really, from a monthly perspective, it more becomes a trading stock. Here, levels are what matters. Last couple of months, 190 support has been defended well by the stock. So that's your support base. That's where the stock is expected to hold again and show some recovery intent. 1.5 month, 220, 230 would be the price targets I can look forward to or project based on the on the time for the trade you plan to give. Keep a stop loss below 185. That's more for a risk management perspective. 225 is the broader target.
Okay, let's take the next one. This one is from one of our other viewers that we have. This is Kaushik Rana from Vadodara in Gujarat and wants to know about Royal Orchid. Is it a good Diwali buy for the long term? It seems at the current price, it seems undervalued, but what can be the target price that I can look at in case I look at buying this stock from the hotel space? 497 currently. Any suggestion?
So technically, yes, there is all evidence right now. It suggests that the stock is in a strong, healthy uptrend. We had a scenario lately where on the monthly charts, a strong price volume breakout was noted at 440 levels. That's a very strong technical evidence of further strength going ahead.
Yeah.
So your base now is 440 from a short, medium, or longer term perspective. The view is positive. You can buy it at current rates, or if you are having it, you can consider averaging it. Stop loss will be below 375, and longer term targets as of now open up till around 645 to 680.
Okay, fair point. Let me take another one then. This question is from Venkata Shiva Angadi, who says, Hi Sakshi, I'm holding 350 shares of Tata Motors. What is your view currently on this one? Okay, so Venkat, you'll have to tell me whether you bought the stock much earlier or only yesterday after the fresh adjustments happened, and today, that's something that you need to really tell me, because yesterday was when both Tata Motors and its a new vertical, they got a fresh price discovery session was taken place between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. yesterday, and thereafter we saw that Tata Motors right now is only reflecting its passenger vehicle business. The commercial vehicle business, which has been demerged now as of yesterday, will get separately listed, and maybe after a month or so. Yesterday the stock opened at around 400 odd levels. It's been subdued since then, on at 391. Any suggestion on Tata Motors, at least for now, Akshay?
The details you just spoke about it, about the listing of passenger and commercial vehicles. That's the major event which took place yesterday. So today, new contracts of futures and options open in Tata Motors, which is more of a passenger vehicle business. I think the commercial vehicle business should list somewhere in November. Dates are not known as yet. But I think if just Tata Motors, which is trading right now, has to be seen, then it's a bit early to comment where exactly the support will be, because it's going to the point where it's more of a price discovery, trying to find a support, trying to see the demand getting back into the stock, because the majority of the traders or investors have opted for the demerger process, and really the stock will kick on momentum once we get into November. But somewhere right now, my sense is 360, 350 should be a possible base for Tata Motors, which is started trading today at its new price. So this is the short-term support which should be on for Tata Motors.
Fair point. Taking the next question that we have, and this one is from Saktani, who says, I'm a regular viewer of daily calls and I want to wish everybody a happy Diwali. Thank you so much for writing in such appreciative words. Wish you also a very happy and prosperous Diwali ahead. The question is on Anant Raj. Buying price of 725, wants to hold for short term. What should you advise here?
See, technically, it is a positive stock. Price volume breakout was noted at levels of 615. This happened a few trading sessions back. That action itself was a positive uh, momentum on the price charts. And lately, last 4 days, there has been a slight round of correction. And I'm looking this corrective action as an opportunity which is presented for re-entry in this stock. So my view is positive. You can consider buying this at current market, even on dips at 640. In case you get that chance, you should not. You should be buying it again. Eventually, I think trading targets are opening up till 760 to 800. There is a strong support at 600, and any worst case scenarios or stop losses should be below 570.
Okay, fair point. Well, Akshay, on that note, we will thank you for being with us on the program and, of course, for helping all our viewers out with insights on their queries. And wish you a very happy and prosperous Diwali ahead. We'll see you soon in the next Samvat now. All right, viewers, we'll start off by welcoming another guest on the program, Mr. Ruchit Jain, Vice President and Head of Equity, Technical Research, Wealth Management at Motilal Oswal Financial Services, now joining in. Hi, Ruchit, warm welcome. Season's greetings to you for Diwali, Dhanteras, and of course the New Year coming in too. First up, your take on the markets. We are seeing another attempt by the Nifty to climb above 25,300. Is it going to be sustainable, or will this high be also sold into? How would you look at it?
Yeah, hi, very good afternoon, Sakshi. Firstly, wish you, your entire team, and all the viewers, a very happy Diwali in advance.
Thank you.
I think yes, as far as markets are concerned, in the last few weeks we have seen some sort of time-wise correction or consolidation in the market. But one major factor that has led to this today's momentum is the INR. We have seen that the recent rise in the INR, which was there when the INR depreciated at the broader markets, did not see that kind of run-up rally. But today's move in USD INR, which is there, this clearly indicates that I think in the near term, the rupee should appreciate further from current levels. So that should be good for the broader markets, as generally there is an inverse correlation, and in such phase we see good broad-based buying in the equity markets. So market should do well. On the higher side, 25,400 to 25,450 would be the initial range that we would watch out for, whether no previous hurdles or resistances were also there. And whenever those levels get surpassed, then we should see a good up move going ahead. But at least for now, considering the recent setups which are there, overall I think the biasness remains positive on the markets.
Okay, Richard, now we'll start off by taking your own Diwali stock ideas for all our viewers. Before we take in the rest of the questions from our viewers, what are your top bets this Diwali?
So this Diwali, one of the stock that we are recommending is BEL within the defense space. We have seen that the defense space through last 6 7 months initially went through a good price-wise corrective phase. The Nifty India Defense Index formed a good support base around its 200 DMA, and there are signs of a resumption of the uptrend within the defense space. So this is one stock which relatively, when the entire sector was connecting, this stock relatively did well. So the downside seems to be very limited in BEL, Bharat Electronics over here, and we expect a resumption of the uptrend going ahead. So at current levels, BEL would be one stock where positional traders can look for creating fresh long positions and expect a good positive uptrend. Within the PSU banking space, I think is another sector where we have seen a breakout recently post huge consolidation, and stocks such as SBI is definitely leading the pack from in this entire PSU banking basket. So SBI is there, which if one has to pick from a positional perspective for a few months, then one can look for creating fresh buying interest over there. So SBI, BL, these are initial two names which are looking good. And just from a momentum perspective, one has to take. Then I think SBI Life Insurance. This is another space, another stock which is looking good. Last 5 months, the stock has seen a good consolidation. In this entire consolidation, prices formed a strong support base around 1750. I think there were 3 or 4 occasions when the prices came around that 1750 mark. Formed a bottom over there. This we should see a resumption of the uptrend soon in SBI Life as well. So from a sectoral front, I think banking, NBFCs, these are the space where the trend of the outperformance could be expected. And as I said, if one has to choose stocks, then SBI Life, State Bank of India, and these are the certain stocks which can be recommended, can be bought at current levels, including Bharat Electronics.
Okay, got that. Let me take some questions now with you, Ruchit. I hope all our viewers have noted down all these stock ideas there. The question that we have coming in is on BPCL. One of our viewers has asked a question, and The question is that how do you look at this stock, and going forward, do you see an uptick on this stock as well from the oil and gas basket? The question is from Monish Zia. He says, I've been watching your live show on an everyday basis, and I want to know that I bought this stock at 339, looking forward to at least a gain of 10% on BPCL. Is it possible?
Yes, I think OMCs as a segment can do well going ahead. No, we have seen a good high top, high bottom structure in all the three OMCs. And no, even when the markets were correcting off late, no, at that time also the OMCs were one space where correction was not there. And even if you like no direct correlation, the crude oil prices no, are indicating some sort of bearishness, or no, they could remain on the at the lower levels for some time. So that is good for OMCs. Appreciation in INR, which you spoke about, possibilities there. So that is also, again, big net importer of crude oil. That also will be good for these OMCs. So overall factors are turning positive for OMCs. So one can hold on existing long positions. All three stocks, HP, BP, IOC, overall structure remains good.
Fair point. Taking the next question now. This one is from one of our viewers, Kaushik from Vadodara. Wants to, okay, we have already taken this question before, so we'll take another question then. This one is from Nancy. Nancy says, I want to know. गुड आफ्टरनून साक्षी, आई वांट टू नो पोर्टफोलियो को कोई लाइफ सपोर्ट मिलेगा या नहीं. बहुत सारे स्टॉक्स हैं जो कि लॉसेस में हैं, और मुझे पूछना है बेल राइज इंडस्ट्रीज़ के बारे में. 162 पर लिया हुआ है और मिंडा कॉर्प 590 पर लिया हुआ है. इसमें किस तरीके से मैं आगे बढ़ूँ? फॉर श्योर नैन्सी विल एड्रेस योर क्वेश्चन. Well, for sure the markets have been lackluster, so maybe a lot of our viewers have been feeling stuck in their portfolios with not seeing any stocks really move at all within their portfolios the way they were moving in the last couple of years. So yes, that's a bitter sweet moment at this point. But Minda Corp and Bell Rise, we'll try to understand an outlook on both these stocks for you from Ruchit. Ruchit, any suggestion?
Bellrise is a recent listing itself, so I would also recommend to take some fundamental outlook on this. So I'll just give the immediate supports. 135, 140 is a support, crucial support zone for Bellrise with whatever price historical data that I have. So till that is intact, I think you need not worry much. Can continue to hold on long positions. Even Mindacop, I think the stock has already gone through decent price as well as time wise corrective phase. So here also the downside should be limited from current levels. So overall structure is not negative for Mindacorp, but as you said, at a portfolio level, the markets have been into a consolidation phase for some time. So no, not all the stocks are going up. So that may be going ahead. Whenever we see a resumption of the uptrend, you can expect a good up move in your portfolio as well. But make sure that if there are any stocks which are not performing when the market is going up, you need to make that changes from the underperforming stocks. Because when you manage your own portfolio, it's very important to see that you are not stuck with underperforming stocks for a longer period of time. Then that underperformance in your portfolio would also be there. So keep reviewing your stocks at current levels, and if the markets are rallying and your stocks are not going up, then certainly no take a deep analysis in that and look to make changes if required.
Okay, let's take another question then. We have this question coming in from one of our viewers, that Satyanarayan Rao Kulkarni says, I'm holding AB Capital and L&T Finance, so both from the NBFC space with about 100% profits, and I want to know whether I should continue to hold on to both these stocks in my portfolio, or should I book partial profits in both these stocks as well. Well, first up, congratulations to you, Mr. Kulkarni. 100% profits on AB Capital as well as on L&T Finance means you get a great entry, and you've actually held on for the better part of the rally that has played out in these stocks. Great to always ask that whether you should be having some profits back into banks as well to have realized it. How would you advise this one, Richard?
Yeah, so in fact, these two names have been the strongest within the NBFC's name. You see, AB Capital after that recent breakout on the above its IPO highs, The stock has seen good price volume action, so no signs of reversal there. L&T Finance has already been outperforming. Even when the markets are correcting, the stock is not going down. So I think these are good signs. And if you look at the sectoral outlook, then over last 15, 20 trading sessions, banks, NBFCs have already shown signs of there some leadership in the next in this next leg of uptrend. So I think no, overall sectoral outlook remains positive, and within that sector, you are holding two of the strongest names. So I believe that yes, you are getting good profits, but no, so the you can take some more risk. And continue to hold on your long positions and ride this trend until there is any change in the sectoral view.
Okay, let's take the next question that we have. This one is from one of our viewers, again on our YouTube that we have, Karthik from Bangalore. And Karthik wants to know any fresh entry, is it advised on the auto stocks? Any auto stock that you can suggest for upcoming Diwali? Well, already Karthik, usually investors used to focus on Diwali because autos used to perform well because of high purchases during Diwali as well. Most of the people usually take fresh deliveries of their new vehicles on Diwali, on Dhanteras, and therefore the sentiment is pretty high. But remember, this time around, there's been already a GST cut that took place from the first day of the Navratri, and we've already seen auto stocks already reacting positively. Ruchit, any suggestion for Diwali also? Do you think some momentum can continue on some of the auto stocks?
Yes, exactly, Sakshi. As you said, no, it was a pre-Diwali celebration for the auto space, where when the GST reforms were announced, we witnessed a sharp up move. But still, I think if we are looking from a bit short-term perspective, there are certain stocks which can do well even from current levels, especially the two-wheeler names, which are showing much resilience that when the markets are correcting, these stocks are not witnessing any kind of no price-wise down move. So stocks such as Hero MotoCo or even TVS Motors looks much positive even at current levels. So if you can ride this trend in the auto stocks with a fresh buying in Hero MotoCo and TVS.
Okay, taking the next question. This one is from our WhatsApp that we are getting. Choti from Bokaro in Jharkhand writes in, Sir, I want to know about Spandana Spurti, bought at 353. What is your suggestion on this stock?
So overall, it does not look positive, at least on the charts. You can see that last 15, 20 days also, when the entire NBFC space has been rallying, there is no fresh buying interest seen in the stock so far. The recent consolidation, 234 was the swing low. So keep your stop loss below 234 in case the 234 gets breached, then you should look to exit. Or in fact, no, look at stocks which are participating in this leg of up move within the NBFC space.
Hi. Okay, I hope this has also helped you out. Let's take the next question. This one is from Gaurav, who wants to know about. Okay, so these are penny stocks that Mr. Gaurav that you are asking on future consumer and future retail. The question is that I purchased a lot of shares of both the companies. The companies are liquidating. I don't know what to do about them. You are right, Gaurav. The question is about these companies which are undergoing insolvency proceedings as well. You already have seen since many years these stocks had already not been performing, and you're talking about stocks which are under 1 rupee kind of levels as well, and both are in the absolute penny category with no future ahead at this point in time at least. Of course, it's very difficult to advise on these kind of stocks. If you've been holding on, Ruchit, what should be the suggestion here? I think even if somebody is holding on, exiting at any level would make sense, right?
So I think already too late to take that decision.
Yeah.
No, when the stocks were becoming, no, there were clear news flows earlier which were hinting that no, the stocks could go into liquidation, the company could go into liquidation, and the stocks would not rally. So I think there's nothing much to do any analysis on the stocks. It's just that take this as a learning, so that in going ahead. I always say, to my clients as well, and whenever I'm there on the channel as well, that no, penny stocks is not the space where you should look to make any kind of multi-bagger returns. So I think when you're making a portfolio, focus should be more on the mid caps, large mid caps, or even large cap names, or not penny names.
Fair point. Let me also take another view that we have, a question that we have from our viewer, Meera Joshi from Pune, wants to know about another defense stock. You were talking about BEL, Ruchit. The question is on HAL. The question is that I've bought this stock at 3050 with the government's push on government defense space as well as Make in India. Should I continue to hold this stock for the next 5 years, and will I reap more benefit for holding it for the long term? Any suggestion on HAL?
I think yes. Firstly, your buying price is good, no, so that the risk reward ratio is quite favorable for you. The stock recently went through some corrective phase, but again, the support base has been formed around 4300 kind of levels, where even technically the 200 DMA, which we usually see as a long-term support, that is placed. So downside for you, I think, no, remains limited from here on, and overall, I think structure is not negative for the stock. Even if I am looking at the mid or long term chart structure. So continue to hold on your positions, can expect good returns over next few years.
Okay, got that. Let me take another view. This one is from Sheetal Agarwal, and the question is on Nykaa. What's your overall outlook on Nykaa, and is it a good stock to now look at afresh as well? Ruchit, Nykaa has actually gone through very high points as well as very low points as well, extreme volatile spaces too. But off late, over the last 2 quarters, there is some stability in the earnings that we are finding. The management commentary is improving, focus on profitability is there, and the stock price has also been moving in the positive trajectory. At 259, do you find valuation enough comfortable to look at Nykaa yet again? That's FSN e-commerce.
So in mid-August, I think the stock gave breakout above the 220 level, which was always acting as a hurdle. And post that, the stock has done well in spite of market not no seeing that kind of run up. So this clearly indicates a good momentum in the stock. So I think buy on dip strategy should be kept for the stock. So whenever you see in between declines, look to add at lower levels. No, spread your investments, fresh investments in a staggered manner, that so that you can buy some quantity at low at maybe at current levels. But whenever the stock witnesses dips at lower levels, you look out to average at low levels. So I think take this no stock more from a midterm perspective, and you can buy this stock at current levels, but keep room to add when we get dips in the near future.
Okay, got that. Let me take another question that we are getting now. This one is from one of our viewers on our YouTube, Partha Sarthi Sri Krishna, wants to know what is the best stock in banking space to hold for the next 3 to 5 years, which can help beat inflation and which can avoid losses as well. Okay, Partha Sarthi will get you your view. Banking space, next 3 to 5 years kind of a viewpoint, how should one choose?
So I think no, go with PSU banks such as SBI. If you are also looking for relative safety where the price-based downside would be limited, so I think SBI can lead to a good momentum and a gradual up move on the higher side within the banking space. So I would suggest going long on SBI even at current levels.
Okay. I hope this has helped you out. Taking the next one that we have now from our viewer, this is Prabha Buria and wants to know about Oswal Agro. I am sitting on losses. Can you please review this stock and tell me should I hold on with losses or should I switch my position?
So overall trend is not that positive for the stock. Low top, low bottom structure has been there on the daily chart. The stock is trading below its 50-20 DMA. So the immediate support for the stock is just around 67 rupees. So I would advise, since we have held in so much losses, keep stop loss below 67. If the stock breaks 67, either exit at those levels, or before that, if you get any pullback move at higher levels, then look to exit your positions on pullback moves.
Okay. I hope this has also truly helped you out. We'll just be able to take one last question before we end the show now. And okay, we'll take this question from Saurabh Goyal, our last viewer on our YouTube, who says, good afternoon Sakshi and good afternoon Ruchit sir. I want to know about MTAR Technologies. I bought this stock at 1373. Where should I look to book profit? Well, a lot of people are also looking to book profit this Diwali on the stocks that they invested in early and are able to create a lot of wealth for themselves. So first up, congratulations, right time for you to take back the profits and probably celebrate that during the festivities with your family and loved ones too. For Saurabh Goyal, what would you advise?
So last 2 months have been good for the stock. The stock has seen a good up move and an outperformance within the sector as well, and the volumes are also good. So these are signs, maybe that the stock can see further up move towards 2350, 2400 kind of range. So at current levels, I'd advise to continue to hold on, and around 2350, 2400, if you get going ahead, then those would be the levels where you should again take a review over there to book profits.
Okay, thank you so much then, Richard, for being with us on the show and for helping all our viewers out resolve their queries as you've
Thank
done
you, sir.
this entire Samvat for our viewers. Thank you so much. We wish that the new year brings, all the prosperity and all the joys for you, for your loved ones and your team members at large as well. So happy Diwali, and we'll see you soon in the new Samvat. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Sakshi, and wish you also a happy Diwali.
Thank you. All right, viewers, 25,316. We are holding up steady, 169 points higher in trade. Let's find out what happens over the next 2.5 hours. But at least seems like the festive cheer is slowly and gradually getting into the D Street too. Stay tuned with us on Business Today Television. Diwali special conversations to follow through the course of the day. And of course, I'll be back for the closing edition. Stay tuned for that too.
Joining us on the show today, a market veteran, Vijay Kedia, who's widely known and revered for his insights and observations on the